10 top secret places you shouldn't go to. Number 10. Metro 2, Moscow, Russia. Metro 2 is a secret underground tunnel railway system that runs parallel to the Moscow Public Metro Railway. It is said that this system was built during Joseph Stalin's rule for the purpose of secretly connecting the important government buildings such as the Kremlin, Federal Security Service headquarters, International Airport of Moscow, the Ministry of Defense, and other military facilities. While many people think that the construction of the Metro 2 was stopped after the death of Stalin, there are some who believe that every administration has added new sections to the system. Number 9. Poveglia, Italy. Poveglia is considered to be the most haunted island in Italy, and probably entire Europe. The island served as a quarantine zone during the bubonic plague and Black Death. Poveglia was also used as a weapons cache by Napoleon, but it was shut down afterward. In the early 20th century, the island was opened again, this time as an asylum for the mentally ill. But after a few decades of treating the mentally ill, the hospital was shut down in 1968, and the island was abandoned. Nowadays, nobody is allowed to visit the island. Room 39, North Korea. Room 39 is supposedly a fundamental part of the North Korea government. It's responsible for the under-the-table international trade and financing the leadership's foreign currency slush funds. It's estimated to bring in around $1 billion a year. The money is made mostly through insurance fraud, counterfeiting $100 bills, and illegally trading natural resources, weapons, and drugs. According to the UN, Room 39 uses an ever-shifting web of tactics to avoid scrutiny. But since all comes down to an outside analysis and guesswork, the true scale of Room 39's illegal activities can never really be known. Number 7. Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center. With the long history as a scientific outpost, the Mount Weather facility, located just outside of Washington, was officially repurposed as an emergency operations center in 1958. It is equipped to handle governmental duties and operate autonomously. It even has its own police force and fire department to support the scientific military work. It also served as an emergency relocation site during the Cuban Missile Crisis and 9/11. But beyond that, not too much is known about Mount Weather. Once it became the ultimate backup for the U.S. government, Mount Weather was quickly removed from mentions in the public record and moved to the black budget. To this day, only a handful of congressmen know how much is actually spent on the site. Before we move on, be sure to subscribe to Top 5s with notifications on. Number 6. Menwith Hill Royal Air Force Station, United Kingdom. For decades, this military base in North Yorkshire was known only as Field Station 8613. It was originally conceived as a station to monitor Cold War communication. However, it soon became a joint operation base between British and American intelligence forces and the largest electronic monitoring station in the world. It has also been confirmed that Menwith Hill Royal Air Force Station is used by Echelon, a global communications surveillance initiative run by Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and the United States. There isn't much known about this site's purpose since requests and campaigns for information are firmly denied. However, according to Edward Snowden's leaks obtained by The Intercept, Menwith Hill was used for mass digital surveillance. Number 5. Iron Mountain, Boston. Iron Mountain in Boston, Massachusetts is one of the most well-guarded and top-secret establishments in the entire world. It provides a service to elite customers that is unmatched anywhere else in the world. One must travel down 22 stories into the belly of the earth to find the Iron Mountain's contents, which range from thousands of original print photos to a data library guarding the secrets of elite tech officials like Bill Gates and the late Steve Jobs. Heavily guarded and highly patrolled, Iron Mountain claims to have the fortitude to withstand multiple terrorist attacks, earthquakes, and other natural disasters, and it will never be seen by a member of the general public. Number 4. The Coca-Cola Vault. One of the most coveted and most guarded secret recipes of our time is the Coca-Cola formula. Asa Candler, founder of the Coca-Cola Company, purchased the rights of the Coke formula from the pharmacist John Pemberton in 1891. He made some changes to the ingredients to bring out the authentic flavor of Coca-Cola. In 1919, Ernest Woodruff and a group of investors acquired the company and placed a written copy of the formula in the vault of the Guaranty Bank and subsequently the Trust Company Bank. In 2011, the written copy of the formula was relocated to the basement of the World of Coca-Cola building in Atlanta, Georgia, where it's kept in a secure vault. Only 2 selected employees are said to know the formula, and their identities are kept anonymous. They are responsible for passing the formula from generation to generation. The Coca-Cola Vault has been moved to the World of Coca-Cola exhibit for people to see it. However, nobody is allowed to enter the vault. Number 3. North Sentinel, Bay of Bengal. North Sentinel Island in the Bay of Bengal has been deemed an exclusion zone by India in an effort to protect the indigenous people on the island, as well as any tourists that are likely to execute from visiting the island. Sentinelese people have resided on the island for about 60,000 years without any contact from the outside world. In fact, anyone who attempted to enter the island or make any contact with the tribesmen has been met with sheer violence. The island is considered off-limits to travelers not only for their safety, but because the indigenous tribe is susceptible to diseases, as they have not built up any immunity to viruses like the rest of the world. It's estimated that over 400 men, women, and children live on the island. Number 2. The Vatican Library Secret Archives. The Vatican Library Secret Archives is the central collection of all the acts, correspondence, account books, state papers, and many other important documents that were used by the Holy See. Traditionally, the Pope is the owner of the archives, and after his demise or resignation, ownership is transferred to the successor. The archives were first installed by Pope Paul V by separating the secret documents from the then Vatican Library in the 17th century. It was kept closed to outsiders for the most part of its history and was reopened for scholars and researchers in 1881 in accordance with the orders of Pope Leo XIII. In 2010, the Vatican opened its vaults to a select group of journalists in order to dispel the rampant conspiracy theories that came from Dan Brown's Angels and Demons. Then, in 2012, about 100 documents were put on public display in an exhibition to mark the 400th anniversary of the Vatican Secret Archives. These documents include a handwritten transcript of the Galileo trial, documents of the records of Martin Luther's excommunication, letters from Abraham Lincoln to Pope Pius IX, the request to annul Henry VIII's marriage, and many others. But anything from 1939 onwards is strictly prohibited. To date, not a single person has been able to breach security and gain access to the Vatican Secret Archives. Number 1. Area 51, Nevada, USA. Area 51 is the most talked about of the top-secret military facility in the world. Often, the area is referred to as the Moon Landing Movie Set or Alien Research Center. Despite these myths and legends, the area is said to be highly operational, very heavily guarded, and very closely monitored. The entrance to the area is a dusty road which leads to a chain-link fence full of trespassing signs and surveillance cameras that record even the tiniest of movements. There isn't much known about what's going on within Area 51. Many have speculated that the facility has entrapped UFOs and aliens. Others, however, assume that the 1969 moon landing was actually filmed here. Currently, according to Google Earth, there is continuous expansion and construction going on. People have also guessed the latest military technologies are being tested and developed within Area 51. This secret U.S. military base earns a top spot on our list of the top 10 most secretive places in the world. Subscribe to Top 5s for more and check out some of our other popular videos.